Greetings, my people. So welcome back to Shamandogo. This is our mushroom farm. We farm oyster mushrooms. Mushrooms are grown in-house, and to start on this video, I am going to show you what I mean in my previous video when I mentioned grow house. Grow house is just a structure with some few modification where you grow your mushrooms, because mushrooms zinamea ndani ya nyumba, hazimei huko nje. Yet yes, some varieties zitamea kwa shamba, some are wild and so, which are also edible, and but in this case of oyster mushroom, zina grow ndani ya nyumba, and that is what I mean when I say a grow house. This is our grow house. We have space in our grow house. We have lots of mushrooms, and we are happy to see that we are in business. So I've been getting a lot of questions, and today I want to do a video on mushroom as a business. So number one, you'll need a grow house, which I've mentioned. Number two is, what are the costs? Or maybe before we get there, I will address what do I mean by mushroom as a business. I do not want to cultivate the mushroom like we did in our previous video. Why? Because they are tedious. Number one, you will need space, you will need a lot of resources, and you will also be taking some risks, such as infections. Some bugs might fail, and you might end up with not so much production. So we have people who, in this video, nita refer to those people who like taking shortcuts, those people who are more of business people as compared to being farmers. So this video is for you. So what are the costs that we are looking at in that approach? So number one will be, what do you need to buy? What other things are involved? And in terms of cost, this is what I'm saying this is what I'm calling the mushroom bags, the grow kit, or the mushroom garden. So for this bag, we have lots of people here in Kenya selling the bags, and the price will range any place from 400 to 500 shillings. So if you buy this bag, that is the one cost that you have. What is the other cost that you have? The cost of the packaging materials. The cost of packaging materials, which will involve the pallets, the cling foil, your stickers or your branding, and so on. And then the other cost will be the very, very, very small things, like here. For our case, you can have shelves. For our case, we are using the rope, this rope here. You're using this rope just to hang. And why did you decide to hang? Because tuna save a lot of space and a lot of resources. Ukiweka shelves zinaweza kuwa a bit pricey, number one, and you might not get a lot of bags in that approach. So we are hanging. I can take you through this one row here. I'm having 100 bags in this row from here to that end. So for this, I have one row with 10 columns, and each column is taking around 10 bags. So you can do your maths and see what is cheaper for you, and how many bags you are intending to get into your grow house. What is the other cost? The other cost will be the cost of the packaging materials, as I mentioned. The other thing will be the cost of labor. If you're paying someone to help you with the packaging, with taking care of your farm, and so on. The other cost will be maybe your transportation cost to the market, and any other cost that may be involved in your business. Now, the other thing I've been getting is, where are we selling these mushrooms? Where is the market? So the market is, we have a lot of people who love mushrooms, and with this kind of an approach, you can get to the direct consumers, maybe your neighbors, your friends, your family, and so on. Number two, you can approach institutions like schools and hospitals. You can approach other businesses like a restaurant, the pizza companies, and so on. Or you can decide to go to other resellers who already have markets, and you sell them at the farm gate price. So the other question will be, what duration do I need? How long will it take for me to be in market and be in business? Because that is a very important question. So for this bag, if you get this bag from any person, it is a ready bag, you should start fruiting by at most a week. This can be any day from 3 days to a week. So once you have the bags and you have them in the grow house, you've already started harvesting. This bag will last for 2 months, and within a month you should be able to have made some profit already and returned your investment. So what are the profits? So this bag, as I mentioned, if you buy it at 400 shillings to 500 shillings, or if you get a better deal, so if you buy this bag and you decide to take, number one, the approach of the resellers, the market price at the moment will be anywhere between 100 and 150 shillings. So this bag is expected to give you 8 kilos, or in terms of pannets, it will give you 8 pannets. So if you sell at 100, which might be the lowest price, that means you're going to make 800 in total, and your profit will be 400 shillings. So you can do the maths and multiply by the number of bags that you'll be having in your grow house. That is in a duration of from 1 month. You should be able to get that. Number two, I'm selling directly to consumers. This panel, and this is what we mean by panet. This is Chamandogo panet. This one, if you sell to the direct consumers, we are selling it at 200 shillings. The price may range from 200 shillings to 300 shillings, as you've seen some in the supermarket. So if you will sell at 200, that means you're going to make 1600 shillings from this bag. And you bought it to, let's take a cost of 400 shillings. So that means you're going to make a profit of 1200 shillings. Then again, from there, do the math with the number of bags that you'll be having in your grow house. So the other thing I'm going to be talking about is, where do you get this kind of packaging? Where do you get this kind of packaging? How do you go about packaging? The pannets are packaged in 250 grams, and the packaging materials, as you can see, this is readily available in most stores here in Kenya, but you can go to wholesalers maybe in Nairobi, in the CBD, sorry, and you get it at better deals. The other thing will be, what are the value adds? Let's say you've harvested your mushrooms, and for one reason or another, you are not going to the market that day. You can decide to dry your mushrooms, or while packaging, because it's highly advisable that you package that pannet to be very attractive. The presentation should be attractive even to the clients here, so that when they see the mushrooms in the supermarket shelves, they are able to pick that. It's attractive to them. There are some of the mushrooms that you might not be able to package at that time. So you might decide to dry those ones. You might decide to dry any excess mushroom that you have, and you don't need any investment on that, because you just dry using sunlight. So once you dry your mushrooms, you can sell the dried mushroom, and the market price at this time ranges anywhere between 2,000 all the way to 2,500 shillings per kilo. And now this one you can sell again to the resellers, you can sell to direct consumers, you can sell to people who you're selling, maybe they are way out of the region where you are. Maybe say like Chamandogo, we are based in Lower Kabete, we are selling to someone in Turkana. We can advise them to take the dried mushrooms, because they will be in the perfect condition, and they can also be stored for a long time without going bad as compared to fresh mushrooms. Another tip that I will give people when you're buying the bags, it's advisable that you buy the bags in batches. Don't buy all your 1,000 bags at once. Why? Because you'll be having lots of mushrooms at the same time. You can buy them in maybe every 2 weeks. You stock a number of bags because mushrooms sprout in stages. As you can see, we have mushrooms in one of the bags, zingine hazina. This means that they might have them in the next few days, and then after we harvest this, it will take some time tena zigrow zingine. So it's advisable uvune mushroom, ubuy bags zako in stages as compared to just having the whole batch at the same time, because that means you might have mushrooms mingi at one time and you don't have mushrooms at another time when you have maybe orders. The other thing will be, what are the value adds? If you decide maybe you want to make more from your farming, we've seen people who are very creative in this country in playing around with the value adds of mushrooms. So you've seen people doing the mushroom coffees. You've seen mushroom being used to prepare some medicine in the medical field. You've seen mushrooms being grinded to make mushroom powder, added to babies' porridge, given to the elderly, because again of the high nutritional values that the mushrooms have. So you can decide to take that route. You're not selling fresh mushrooms and you just want to give it the value add. So that's all I have for these videos. I hope I've answered most of your questions, and as you can see here at Shamandogo, we have lots of mushrooms. So guys, remember to place your orders. We have our numbers there. We deliver countrywide. You can either decide to buy the fresh mushrooms, we have the dried mushrooms, we have the ready bags. Just give us a call and we'll be happy to deliver and assist in any way. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you get to know when we are sharing our next videos. If you have questions that we might not have covered, feel free to ask and we'll be happy to assist where we can.